Have you ever thought about living in the Netherlands, maybe?
Often thought about it.
It'd be amazing, yeah.
Because Bearsden is becoming more Dutch than ever, right? With Christoph.
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
Does he still have a house somewhere in the Netherlands? Maybe you can rent that.
Oh, we should, yeah.
We should live
We still haven't gone to Christoph's house in the Netherlands, like family home. He's never invited us. What does that say?
Yeah.
But how is it to have a Dutchie in the band nowadays?
It's awesome.
He's a wonderful human being.
Yeah. He's an endless source of comedic inspiration and just, his haircuts alone are just a thing of beauty. Yeah. So, yeah.
Does he give you some tours when you're playing in the Netherlands? Does he show you the hotspots in like Amsterdam or Utrecht?
Not really. Our manager Owen sometimes lives in Utrecht, so he is a very good tour guide. Christoph, more just comedy value, really.
Bearsden is back with new music. In a minute, you're going to play some tunes, an old classic from the band, new songs. How is it to be back after all these years with a new record? Because the world was stuck for a few years. Now you're on tour. There's new music. How do you feel about it?
It feels really lovely to be making stuff and it materializing into just like we're here because, we're playing festivals and things like that, and we're on a bit of a run of shows, and obviously played Caprera last night as well, and releasing music, playing shows. It's like, it's why we chose to do this, and it's so nice to be doing it again and to be writing all these songs when it was so like closed off, and then now to be able to express those songs to people is really lovely.
Is there a big difference between shows before 2020 and now? Are the audiences more into it? Are you guys more into it?
I certainly felt like when we started to play shows after 2020, the feeling of like joy and elation was pretty, like the atmosphere was remarkable actually. And I still feel like that spirit is kind of still out there. Like, last night we played Caprera, but it was quite a rainy day. Yeah. But every single person it felt like we were all there for a real purpose, and that they weren't going anywhere, even though it was raining. Because it's like I think in the back of your mind now, it's always, well, this is special. Like, don't take it for granted. Yeah. And now you're back on the road. This weekend you play Rock Werchter, the barn. That's I think 16,000, 17,000 people are into that. Is that a big venue for you guys? What is a normal size venue you play?
16,000, 17,000 is definitely big for Bearsden, I would say. I wish you hadn't said the number. I'd be getting more nervous. We arrived and you're like, it's so big, and like it's 16,000, 17,000 people. That's definitely very big for us. But I think what's amazing about festivals is that at your own gigs, maybe you're playing to like, I don't know, like last time we played, I don't know, I think for us, it varies in different places. But I think 16, 17 is a massive show. I think, it's nice at festivals because sometimes you can just get blown away. The first time we played the barn, honestly, we just didn't expect what we got when we played at all. We were expecting like maybe like 500 people would be there, really? Like tops. Right. And I remember us arriving and looking out, and it was like pretty full. It was like a sea of people. And we were so nervous, but it was like, it still ranks as maybe the best show we played as as a band at a festival. It was so fun. So we're just so excited to go back and play it again, like all these years later. And after everything everyone sort of had to go through, it's going to be magic.
How do you keep your mental health on point during a tour like this?
Good question. I think we're getting better at looking after ourselves. Yeah. How do you check in with yourself? Well, I think like it's the classic things like exercise, sleep, like all those things. Like I think when you first start touring, it's very exciting and you don't know how long it's going to last for, and so you just sort of ride a wave, and then as you do it more and more, you start to realize, well, actually, if I'm going to spend 6 months of my life every year doing this, then I should probably look after myself in a different way. So I think we're still learning, but you kind of have to make it sustainable, I think.
Completely agree. I think like just like in complete agreement, but it's also like I think at the moment, like within our touring party, like Harry, who plays electric guitar with us as well, is like really like into like fitness at the moment and stuff like that. So he's been quite encouraging like on a personal level, I found him very encouraging. I'm trying to do more of that stuff as well. And I think like in small ways, just I think we all are kind of trying to help each other find our own way into that or whatever. And it's hard because, you know, like some people might be, I think whatever it is, if it's health or it's mental health, it all kind of is related. I think
that
like,
is.
It feels like it is. And so, just exactly what Kev said, really. Just kind of got to remember that you're doing it all the time. So getting like, I think the first like 10 years of being in a band, like just getting drunk all the time is kind of hard to sustain.
Are there still nights that you get drunk on tour, or?
I'm really boring these days, so no. But yes, I think that's fair to say that there are.
Yeah, at the end of a run or something, you might have a few beers, but it's definitely, you know, we leveled out a bit since the early days.
It's still musician, and on tour being a musician is a job, so it's your work. I'm not drinking at work as well, so but it's a fine line between doing it and not doing it, because the music business is sometimes a strange place with alcohol, and
it is sort of everywhere. It's totally normalized. Yeah, it's like it's a really weird one. I think like for us, when we start out and you're just playing bars, you're not really playing venues. You're also like arriving at a bar at like 11 a.m. and staring at a bar until 5 p.m. while you like sound check. And you go backstage, and the only things you get that are like free are beer
and crisps, maybe if they are there.
And then you go on stage and perform, stare at the bar again, and then afterwards everyone wants to buy you a drink. It's like it's definitely not the easiest world to not drink in. But I think you just, as you get into it more, it's like you kind of have to not do it all the time.
There's water as well sometimes.
Sometimes, yeah.
You're here to play some tunes in this studio. That's cool, because you were here for the first time in 2019 for a playback of the album that was released back then. Now you're going to play for the first time in the studio. What's the first song we are going to hear from you?
First song we like to play is called Evelyn.